Do you trust the Cavs to flip the switch come playoff time?
Yes. I'm amazed by this. Okay, let's consider them a little bit of a dynasty, okay? I know they lost one, they won.
Cavaliers are dynasty.
Yeah, Cavaliers. They're on their way to a dynasty. Let's go to the last great baseball dynasty. It was the Yankees, 98, 99, 2000, Joe Torre. And they
Cavaliers are a dynasty.
Yeah.
That's the biggest stretch of the word dynasty on air.
That Yankee team, watch what happened to them after they had their greatest year ever. Every year they went back 10, 12 wins. Was it because they weren't as good? In fact, in that last year, they were awful in September, right before the playoffs, getting their staff ready. When you're great, okay, maybe dynasty's too strong. When you are great, you pick your spots on the interstate to go to the rest area. This is what great teams do. Cleveland is the dominant NBA franchise, LeBron the dominant player. They are picking this spot. They don't care 1, 2 to 3 seeds.
Cleveland, Colin.
This is a
Let me give you another dynasty
non-factor.
to compare this to if you're going to go baseball. The Cubs. Cubs dynasty. You remember it?
LeBron's made 6 straight.
They just won their first title ever.
And
We've seen LeBron James.
LeBron is a dynasty.
Yes, LeBron's a
They're going to make their 3rd straight Cleveland final. What are we worried about?
What? The conversation we're having, there are those of us that think that 3rd straight appearance in the finals is in jeopardy.
Think Goran Dragic is playing in the finals? You think he's lifting a trophy?
I don't think he's playing in the
You
finals.
think Al Horford's lifting a trophy?
I've seen LeBron James and the Cavaliers do this before. I've seen LeBron James quit in the Boston series.
Boy.
They have problems. And look, they're the number 2 seed, and guess who's the number 7 seed? The Miami Heat that, went to 4 straight deals. Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra figured things out. Since February 1, the best team in the East is the Miami Heat.
They're going to beat
So are you
LeBron
saying
4
on
times.
national TV, yeah, Miami's
I'm
four
not
times.
saying. I'm saying it's going to be tougher
This
than
is
y'all
Hot
think.
Take Friday. You're on a hot take. They got a dynasty and the Miami Heat. Like, let's stop it because the conversation is really, can they flip the switch? All right? They might be able to win the East, but that still doesn't mean that they flipped the switch, that they can get back into the stratosphere that they were at the last 2 years before the injuries hit them 2 finals ago, and last year what they did in the finals. But you have to take into account this is the worst month LeBron has had since his rookie year, with 10 losses in the month of March. Like, that is serious. That is not a switch. And if you watch the games compared to read the stat sheet and watch the highlights, you can see they're trying. They're trying their best, and it's ugly looking. Kyrie mentioned
You're
it.
saying no. They can't.
It's going to be hard. You can't forget what they're doing now. They're playing bad basketball.
But your argument is they went out and sought scores, they got them, and they've got an older roster of shooters. Now, to his point, they're not as good defensively as they were last year or the year before.
No.
But I think the question is, can they flip it, get to the finals, and have a competitive final with goal? I'm not guaranteeing
The Bulls
a
flipped
win.
the switch last night. I watched the game. They flipped it in the second half and whooped that ass.
This may look like 2008, where, remember, Boston went 7 games in the first round.
Yeah.
7 games in the second round, a tough 6 in the conference finals, and then won it all in 6. I'm not predicting Cleveland will win it. I'm saying they could have some really tough series in the East this year.
Because they're
where they
flawed.
look bad.
Their
Exactly.
personnel is flawed defensively.
And look, this is why I do think they can flip the switch and at least win the East, because they've got such a margin of error in this conference. They've got by far the most talent.
Lost 3 straight.
They got by far the most talent. Their big 3 is by far better than what anybody else in the Eastern
Kyrie's
Conference
the
has.
best player on any other team in the East.
They've lost 3 straight.
He's in the discussion for sure. And remember, they're 5-10 on back-to-backs. This is an old team outside of Kyrie, and Kevin Love's always banged up. No more back-to-backs in the playoffs. You've got time to prepare for one team, hone in, zero in on one team, and you've got by far the best player in the conference. So I still feel very confident.
I hope Miami makes it. I hope it's Miami.
They'll take them 5.
You know what?
5. That's a 7-game
Here's
series.
what doesn't win in the playoffs. Hope. Talent wins.
That's right.
Okay.